Hey there, this is Katherine Cartwright. Welcome in. I am sharing a stamp set from Jaded Blossom. I'm guest designing for them this month, and I got this beautiful stamp set, So Many Birthdays 5. There are stamps and outline dies available, and they are awesome. I'm going to stamp these out. You can see you get a ton of stamps in this. And then you can purchase the coordinating dies, and they have all these great fonts. So very elegant to a little more graphic and fun, and just a whole different look to each one. So I am so excited to have this in my craft stash. This will be great for birthday cards. I'm going to make a card as well, and I'm going to use one of these sentiments. But just look how beautiful they are. I love that they cut so closely to the sentiment, and it just looks fantastic. So here are these last few. I just wanted you to see them all on camera so you could see for yourself how great they look. All right, so I'm going to start on this card. And I am going to use Buzzing with my Gnomies. This is one that I have stamped and cut. And I'm just going to take some time here with my Copic markers. And I am going to color this in. I'm going to try and include the caps so you can see the colors I chose. This is RV55. I'm just doing a quick color here. I'm just kind of randomly putting these in a pattern, but not necessarily exactly a pattern, but 3 different colors, I should say. So this is RV02, and I'm just coloring it, just filling in the image. I'm not even doing any shading on this, since I've got some variety of the color. And then I'm going to pull out my next one here, RV23. And that has kind of some coral tones. And then I'm going to color the flower next. But I just love gnomes. They're so cute and fun, and I just never get tired of them. So I'm going to take this RV23 and kind of flick just a little bit into the petal from the center of my flower. And I'm intentionally leaving those edges white just to add a little bit of interest there. And then I'm going to color that center with that pink. I will come back with my colorless blender here. I wanted to lighten up that color just a little bit and kind of feather out those strokes a little bit. So that's a way I like to get a little bit of a lighter tone without having to blend with an additional color. So I'm just going to let the Copic markers and that colorless blender do its job. All right. And now I'm going to move on to that sweet little nose. I'll come back in a second and color the hands. But I've got some boots here. This is E17. Again, just a quick color on there. And those little boots are so cute. There's a lot of good detail in them with the lines. And then I will work on the shirt or the dress. I guess it's a shirt with maybe some leggings. Very cute. I'm using BG13, one of my absolute favorite blues in the Copic line. I use this all the time. It's one of my absolute favorites. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a darker blue for the contrast. I've got to finish those hands. I forgot those sweet little hands. And then I'm going to come back here with BG49 and color, I'm going to say leggings. I think those are leggings. So just very, very cute. So quick and easy. And then I'm going to do a little bit of shading on the face. I've got C1 here. I love the cool gray markers. I use those a whole lot to add a little bit of interest to a white image like this with just the hair. And then I'm going to come back. I've got, I think, C3 here, which is a shade darker. Yes, C3. Then I'm just going to add a little bit to the bottom and then underneath that hat to kind of trick the eye a little bit that there's some shadow coming off of the hat. I'm going to finish up this flower stalk. I've got G14. I'm going to run this down the center stem. And then I will come back on this petal. I'm just giving a quick one layer here. I'm going to come back with a YG09 and blend that in. And add just the tiniest little line. It's a little hard to see, but just a little fine line. That's where those fine tips help you out to give you some control. And I've got that colored. Okay, and now for some fun with this mushroom house die. I love it. It is so cute. I thought it would work great with one of those gnomes. So I have gone ahead and done the die cutting so I can start assembling it together. It's really quick and easy. It's got this cute little door. There are a couple of doors. One door has a little handle, a little hole for the handle, so you could put a color in there or add an epoxy dot. I'm just leaving mine plain where the color of my paper shows through. There are some little green, some little grass pieces, I should say, that I die cut from green. And they all have this beautiful stitch detail. And here's this tiny little window that is so sweet. I have cut that from gray, 2 shades of gray. And then when I get that together, I'm going to glue that onto my image. But you could put it anywhere on there. I just chose to put it in the center of my mushroom house die. So cute. So all that's left is I'm going to fill back in where the little holes came out of the top. You could leave that plain if you wanted to. You don't have to fill it back in. I think it looks very cute as is, but honestly, this part really doesn't take very long. It may seem like it does, but it doesn't. It's pretty quick and easy if you just put some glue in there and then pop out your little pieces. I left mine in my die so I would know exactly where they're going to go. And I'm going to actually speed this process up. I had a revelation. I should have just turned it over and popped them all out at once. And you can see they're exactly where they need to be. And now I can go a little bit faster to fill in those holes. I'm putting a little bit of glue in the center because that will just press down and smush the glue into the edges, so I don't have to worry about it coming apart. And then just a couple more of these. Again, just love the stitch detail. Adds such a nice level of detail and interest to your project. All right, so now I'm going to put together a quick card for you. I cut a very thin strip of blue cardstock that I'm going to put at the top, and then I'm going to put my happy birthday above that. I just chose this blue. I wanted to have a little something to divide the card, so to speak. And so I'm just going to lay this down, and then once that dries, I will trim off those ends. I'm just using my little grid here to hopefully get a straight edge. Then I'm going to take some foam and come back and pop these up. They're so cute. Quick and easy. You could glue these directly onto the card if you wanted to, but I'm going to add a little bit of dimension. Got another piece of foam here. I've got some foam sheets that I like to cut to size. And then I will get those where I want them. I'm going to gently place them, not pushing them really hard until I've got them where I want them to go. And when I'm happy, I will give it a little press, and then they'll be where I want them to be. Got one more piece of foam tape here to pop up that beautiful happy birthday that I showed you in the beginning of the video. And all of these products, again, are from Jaded Blossom. And I've linked everything in the description. And then I will add this to a piece of green cardstock to pull out a little bit of that flower and the grass, this bright green. And then I will add this on there. And then my final touch will be to add a few sequins. There was a little bit of that empty space up there, and I decided to add a trio of iridescent sequins to finish this card off. So really pretty quick and easy. You could sit down and stamp out some of these gnomes and color them, and then add your mushroom house. There are 2 different dies in that. I just showed you one of the 2 that's included. But just some fun products from Jaded Blossom. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. See you soon.